Sir, may I come in?
Come.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good
Have a
morning,
seat,
everyone.
Amandeep.
Thank you very much, sir.
So, Amandeep, you are from district Shimla?
Yes, sir. Sir, Tehsil Cloud.
Yeah. And you have done your, you have a huge qualification.
Thank you.
You have done your BTech,
Yes, sir.
IT, MBA,
Rural
Rural Development,
Yes, sir.
then MA English pursuing
Yes, sir.
to
I'm
you,
pursuing.
and also RFD training.
Range Forest Officer, sir.
Range
I'm
Forest
Range
Officer.
in-
You have already been selected as a
Yes.
Range Forest Officer.
Yes.
Okay. And you are fond of Android operating system debugging
Yes.
and playing drums and playing TT and reading.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, not many things to your credit. You are presently posted at which place?
Sir, I'm currently attached with Shimla Forest Division, sir, at Koti Range.
Okay. All right. So, let me begin with, now there is something called as state funding of elections.
Yes.
It has been in the news.
Yes, sir.
Give pros and cons of it.
Sir, I'd like to first of all link it with what is happening, sir. The government announced a scheme that is known as electoral bonds. So that is also similarly in line with the state funding. Sir, the present scheme, that is the electoral bond scheme, the state is enabling, the state is having a procedure that you can fund the political parties. The scheme is known to be flawed by various metrics, as we see it in the news. But if state funding is there, sir, there will be surely many complications, sir. But if state funding is done,
What are the complications?
there will be complications. Like we are in a multi-party system, the funding may go to the present party, the party that is ruling the country. The majority of the funding may go to the ruling party.
No. I think, have I made it clear to you? State funding is that the elections should all be funded by the state rather than the party or the individuals funding the election. That is called state funding of
State
election.
funding. Yes, sir, that is obviously a great step. That would obviously be a great step, because if the funding is by state agencies, the illegal expenditure, that is the illegal flow of funds, that can be checked.
You are in favor of state funding?
Yes, sir, I am in favor.
Do you think simultaneous election is it the answer to the recurring elections which are taking place every 6 months, by elections and other things?
So these things are debatable because we have a federal structure.
So give a pros and cons of that,
Sir?
because it is now very much in the news, simultaneously holding the elections,
Yes.
states as well as center.
So the biggest con would be that we are having a federal structure and we have more than 20 states and one parliament. If we go by simultaneous elections, and if by any chance the parliament or the local state governments, they are dissolved, then it will create a mismatch of the timing and expenditure would be more, sir.
You think that it is not feasible?
Not feasible in a federal setup.
What is your view about uniform civil code? Do you think the time has come now that we should have a uniform civil code?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am in favor of uniform civil code because we have very high literacy rate. We have a great education standards, and that is why I guess the people are more aware and they have more capacity to be more forward. So that is why I guess UCC is more in favor.
Tell me about Panchayati Raj system. How it works?
Panchayati Raj system in India, we are having 3 tier structure. That is the local Gram Sabha, then there is block level committee, and there is Zilla Parishad. The members,
Gram Sabha is not the tier. Which is that?
Gram Panchayat.
Gram Panchayat.
Yes. All the members of the Gram Sabha, they are members of the Panchayat. They are.
All the members of Gram Sabha are members of Panchayat?
No, sir. They elect the members of the Panchayat.
Yeah. Okay. Then that is the first tier. What is the second tier?
Second tier is the block level.
Block level. Yes. And which is the third tier?
The district level, Zilla Parishad.
What are the funds, functions and functionaries of the three tiers of Panchayat Raj? Funds, functions and functionaries.
The funds they can raise through their own taxes also, sir.
Pardon?
Funds, sir.
They can raise through?
They can raise through their own method. They can tax.
What are the taxes?
Within their jurisdiction.
What are the village taxes?
So like the sale of the liquor within their limits, or some entry to the villages. The entry to the villages, and also the sale of liquor, and so on.
Any other important source of income for the Panchayat?
I am not able to recall that.
Panchayat land auction?
Panchayat land auction, sir. So that can also be a part of the taxes, sir, that they can.
Alright. Which are the functions? What are the functions?
Function is the cross linkages, sir.
Cross linkages?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Sir, that they are an enabling mechanism for the locals, for their voices, sir. That they represent.
What does the Panchayat do? What does it carry out? What are its functions?
Sir, mainly the developmental functions.
So what are the developments?
So like raising some buildings and developmental works like roads, buildings, electricity and other.
Who are the functionaries?
Sir, it is headed by Gram Pradhan. There are various members, and to deal with the day-to-day activity, we have the Panchayat Secretary also.
The Sarpanch?
Yes.
Is the unofficial actor. Who is the official actor?
The Secretary.
Okay. Amandeep.
Yes.
You are a range officer.
Yes.
Okay. You are headquarter range officer of Shimla.
No, sir, I have just completed my 18 months training from Haldwani. It finished last May only, sir, on 31st.
Okay.
31st May.
So your posting has been already?
No, sir. Final posting is yet to come. We are just attached with
that. Okay. Tell very briefly about the training part of your Haldwani.
Yes, sir. The duration of the training is 18 months, sir. The program is divided into two phases, sir. Phase 1 has 9 subjects of forestry and allied subjects, and phase 2 has 8 subjects of forestry and other allied subjects. And during apart from these, we have various tours and field exercises, and also some seminars. So that is the course content, sir.
Which part you visited during your tour?
Sir, out of 5.
Please tell all the 5 places.
No, sir. We were only able to visit 3.
3. Please tell 3.
So first of all, we visited Central India.
Okay.
Central India.
Which part?
UP
which place you went?
So UP and Madhya Pradesh, sir. Then in the second tour, we visited North India, sir. Uttaranchal, Himachal, and Jammu. And in the third tour, we visited West India, Rajasthan and Gujarat.
Okay. So please tell the places you visited. I just want to emphasize upon the place.
We started with Lucknow, sir. Then we went to Kanpur. Then we went to Panna Tiger Reserve, sir.
Okay.
And then we covered 3 more tiger reserves, that is Pench. And we also went. I'm not able to recall.
No problem. What you learned there?
So the management.
Wildlife management.
Respect of the wildlife.
There is a document for the wildlife management of the national park and sanctuary. What is the name of that?
The Wildlife Protection Act.
What is the name of the document that is maintained in the national park and sanctuaries?
Management plan.
Okay. Have you seen yourself what the management plan is? What is the part of it?
Not there, sir.
Various chapters that deals with?
Not there, but.
Okay. And have you seen any working plan also?
Sir, I have seen working plan.
What was the working plan made?
Sir, for the future management of the forest.
Please tell 2-3 working circles that is listed in the working plan.
Sir, it may depend on the locality. Like
just any general I want.
So like Cheer Pine working circle, Deodar Cal working circle.
Okay. What are the important tree species found in Himachal Pradesh?
So there are two types. One is broadleaf, that is oak, and other is conifer. We have like Deodar or straight tea, and we have.
In Dharamshala, what is the oak species we get? Because the oak species moves with the higher, the more you go higher.
Sir.
Okay, then Dharamshala, what will you get?
So we get more oak, sir, Quercus.
Quercus?
Leucotrichophora.
Okay, good, very good. Okay, just tell what do you understand by sustainable forest development management?
Sustainable forest development. Sir, to sustainably that we have to also see for the future needs and yields from that place. We manage the forest, keeping in view the future needs.
So formula is there, some safeguard is there. You must have read because you are very fresh in the academy.
I have read. I am not able to recall that.
No problem. Wildlife, you mentioned Wildlife Act 1972. What is Schedule 1 animal?
The schedule animal, one animal is like leopard, tiger, etc. They can't be.
Where is placed cobra?
Yes, sir.
In Schedule 1 or 2 or 3 or 4?
Sir, I guess in Schedule 1, Chapter 2.
Chapter 1.
Chapter,
Schedule 1 only.
Yes.
What is the punishment if you kill a tiger? Maximum punishment?
7 years.
7 years. Okay, good. Okay. There is an index of environmental performance.
Yes.
What is the India's position?
180 out of 180. Sir. Right now it's
180. Why is so bad? Less than in Pakistan? What is your opinion about it? Are we performing so bad?
No, sir. We are not performing badly, but the parameters that the report has taken.
Okay. Tell 5 important tourist places of Himachal Pradesh.
5 important. So Shimla, Manali, Dharamshala, Rohtang, and Laos Spiti.
Where from you get water for Shimla?
So right now we are having local rivulets, 5 rivers like Giri and other things like Ashwani culture, but the demand has not been met completely. So there is a scheme of lifting water from Satluj River.
Satluj.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What is my Gagan project?
Gagan project is for the management of flying of aircraft with the help of satellites.
Good.
It is a joint project of ISRO and our Ministry of Civil Aviation.
Have you heard about the Swamitva Yojana?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Sir, it is drone-based technology for verifying land records.
Which state is following that?
Currently 6 states in the pilot project,
Please
like
name
UP, MP, etc.
Himachal is following?
No, sir, right now it's not following, but government is going to implement it.
My last question is, there are so many threats to the forest.
Yes.
What are the most important in your opinion that if you remove that problem, then we can protect our forest?
The biggest threat would be the lack of awareness with the people.
Lack of awareness?
Lack of awareness about forest management, that why should we need to protect.
So what they do?
Forest.
How they harm the forest?
So there are various things like forest fires and encroachments are the biggest things.
Thank you.
Hello, Ahmed.
Hello.
I find your CV very interesting.
Thank you.
Diverse, very interesting. Now, in your hobbies, you write, reading.
Yes, sir.
What are the types of books you read?
Sir, I write to read about fiction and about technology, sir.
Fiction and technology.
Yes.
Okay, 3 books that you have read in the last 1 year.
So my optional for the exam is for this exam is English literature. So I've read the syllabus books. Apart from that, I have read Shantara by Gregory Roberts. I have read Animal Farm by George Orwell, and I am currently reading one more book by E.R. Forster, sir.
Animal Farm by George Orwell.
George Orwell.
Okay. What is the social message that he is giving in that book?
So he's trying to say that based on any propaganda, you can change the direction of the
message. See, I read a long time ago. I think the message is power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolute.
Yes, sir.
इसको राजा बना दोगे?
Yes, exactly, sir. That is.
In the end, the pig is the king, and he is also corrupt. That's the message. Fantastic. Okay. Now you have also said playing drums, and you are mentioning here that you were a event manager, and you took part in a lot of rock competitions as a drummer and won.
Yes, sir. That was my college days.
Okay, it's okay, good. My question to you is, what are the 4 different types of drums? Do you know them?
Sir, one would be the basic acoustic drum.
Pardon?
Sir, acoustic drums. So the basic snare-based drum, the skin-based.
Snare drums, yes. Right?
Sir, those are the parts of the drum. Sir. Those would be the parts of the
snare drum. Drums jo hote hain.
Yes.
How many pieces are there in a snare drum? Snare drum set. It's always a set.
Yes.
It's never a single.
Yes.
How many pieces are there in a one snare drum set?
Sir, snare is only a single component, sir. No, I'm so sorry.
Okay. Okay. It's a 5-piece set. Okay.
It's a 5-piece set.
5-piece.
But for rock and metal music, there is no upper limit in that, sir.
Okay.
How many pieces you attach.
There's one set, you know. There's got those plates kind of thing. You hit it and you cling. Yes. What's that called?
That are called cymbals. Cymbals.
Good. Okay. Next question is, what did you learn as an event manager in the college? What are the qualities that you learned?
The time management.
What else?
That what to prioritize, who to prioritize, and how to manage the guests. So that was the gist.
And presentation skill?
Yes, sir. Presentation.
Presentation skill?
No, sir. I was not involved in the stage setup.
But you are part of the presentation. Yes. So you learn how the gentleman is presenting. Yes. Presentation skill. Okay, good. What is white revolution? As known in India?
The milk revolution. Starting from the state of Gujarat, sir.
And Varghese
Kurin.
Okay. What is repo rate?
Sir, repurchase obligation rate. It is fixed by RBI.
What is it?
Sir, short-term loans for banks to manage the liquidity.
Who gives this loan? What is the meaning of this? It's not a loan. It is the rate at which
the Reserve Banks give short-term loan to the banks.
What is CRR?
Sir, CRR is the cash reserve ratio.
Okay.
That the bank needs to maintain.
With
itself.
With itself or with the RBI?
With itself.
Does it? What does it earn on it?
No interest is.
No interest.
No interest is given.
Okay. And my last question to you is about the stock market. What is buyback?
I'm not able to.
What? So you don't know about stock market at all?
I know certain things, but not the term that you.
What is dividend payout? Dividend.
So at the end of the year, that total earnings out of some stock, that is.
What is the rate at which the dividend tax is applied?
Rate at which? Sorry, sir, I'm not in.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Amandeep, you're from your department.
Yes.
First of all, my first question is from first department. The market is suffering from
Yes.
huge losses in the case. So, what is the reason and what is the solution for the problem?
Sir, as I have recently mentioned, that it is the lack of awareness with the people. In more than 90% of the cases, forest fires are man-made. That is the biggest reason, because they clear the field for grasses. Sir, for forest fires, they are only man-made. Right? They light the fire for clearing the grasses so that the ground can be rejuvenated again according to their beliefs. And the second thing would be the BD cigarette and also stuff that can be left lying in the forest.
Is it also dependent on the
It is also dependent.
species of forest?
Yes, sir, it is also dependent on the species and the climate. The biggest species is cheap pine that is responsible for forest.
How is the stop?
So currently we are using traditional methods, but we also need to use modern methods to establish it.
What the first person to do for it?
To use modern methods and technology,
For example,
that like drone-based fire extinguishing, and there is a new concept of fireball. Fire watches are there, but there is a new concept emerging, sir, that is firewall. We need to ignite across fire so that the fire can be controlled.
what is the social person?
Social forestry is a joint forest management thing that can be done with the help of community, like management of plantations, management of soil and forestry works.
There are three wetlands of international importance.
Yes. So one is Renuka wetland, one is Palm Dam, one is Chandrapal.
What are the uses of wetlands?
The wetlands, they are responsible. They act as a site of breeding for migratory birds. The other side, managing local biodiversity and
For the environment.
yes, microclimate also. Yes.
What is the PSR?
Corporate social
How
responsibility.
is it useful?
So the funds can be utilized for social work.
In the market, there is a problem of hydroelectric projects and cement industry.
Yes.
So, how this sector PSR can do some benefit for the local people?
So rehabilitation. The fund can be used for rehabilitation, their skill development, their capacity building, and for construction of various types of infra like roads, schools, etc.
Actually,
So we can
pollution is there.
yes.
Actually, cement industry.
So we can go for forestation, yes. Plantations and
There is one scheme of Nahi Rahe Nahi Manzile.
nahi rahe. So that is a cross department in the two departments, and it has been made under the new ecotourism policy, and it tends to touch the untouched Himachal. So there are various locations.
For example,
So like in Shimla district only we have Tudar. So in Shimla district only, in Rodu we have Chanchal. That place is well suited for skiing. So that area is being developed under Nahi Rahe Nahi Manzile.
other destinations.
Sir, like Shikari Devi, sir, in Mandi district, near Shikari Devi, there is a village known as Janjali. So that place is very ecologically rich. So that is also being evolved under. Shivdham is in Mandi.
You belong to Shimla district.
Yes.
So, what are the problems of horticulture? Shimla district. The main crop is the apple.
Main crop.
So, is it okay that only we are dependent on apple crop?
Apple
Some diversification of the crop should be there.
yes, sir. Apple monoculture is a problem, sir. So the crop should be surely be diversified with other crops like plum, like apricots and other such fruits, because the area is having great potential for horticulture.
Okay, Amandeep, I can see that you have done your BTech in information technology, and after that you have done MBA. Why have you done MBA?
So right after passing my BTech, I was selected in various MNCs to campus placement, but I wanted to join civil service. So while preparing, I joined this course because I believe that rural development should help me in my career ahead.
What have you learned in this course?
Sir, about the management of the rural area, like skill development is needed. They are in need of credit facilities. They are in need of communication things. They lack marketing things. So those are the subjects.
What is master's need at?
Maslow's need hierarchy.
Studying your MBA?
Yes, I have studied. It's a 5-level hierarchy, sir. The first one is the basic need. Second one is the parental. Sir, I am not able to recall because I haven't got the time to revise.
What is power technology?
Sir, I am not able to.
And financial issues? Again, the idea of financial issues?
Yes. The credit issues are there. that they are not able to get loans. And
Can you name financially?
financially, it would be the funds for the roads, funds for building some infrastructure, the funds for raising some. Sorry, sir.
Okay, so what have you learned in your MBA? How is that going to help in the administration?
Sir, I believe that once we know the problems of the rural areas, we would be more active in devising and managing policies of the rural areas.
That's it. Okay, Amandeep, if Russia-Ukraine war is going on, who is winning the war?
Currently, no one is in the
No one. Who is in the edge of winning the war?
Russia is.
So what do you think? What is the role of United Nations in this war? Why are not they interfering in the war? What do you think? What is the current situation and how UN can interfere? Or if it is not interfering, then why they are not interfering?
Sir, UN has got merely, right now, UN is just reduced to the role of an advisory body, sir. They lack any serious ramifications. So they are not able to direct any country because it is a proxy war being managed by various other countries. So there are no clear parties
You
involved.
are trying to say that now United Nations is just a dummy body.
Yes.
Okay, Amandeep, you are from Himachal and horticulture is the main source of revenue in Himachal.
Yes.
Horticulture and tourism. Yes. So, according to you, what can be done to increase the revenue in horticulture?
The introduction of new methods
Like,
for apple, we have high density farming, and the second would be the connectivity.
are there any untapped areas are also there?
Yes, sir. So like food processing industry is a very untapped area. We can make jams, pickles, and other such stuff and market it accordingly.
Any particular areas where we can increase horticulture?
Yes, sir. With the
Any
shift,
place, I'm talking about place, where horticulture can be done, but right now we are not doing it.
like lower reaches of Kinnaur Valley.
Can you tell me three prominent personalities of Himachal?
Three prominent places. One will be CM Shri Veerabhadra, Vice Parmar, and the current Chief Minister, that is Sri Jaram Park.
On one side, we are talking about greenery, sustainable development, and if we will go towards industrialization, so obviously somewhere we have to compromise on that.
Yes.
So, what do you think that should we go for industrialization in Himachal or not?
So we can select some specific pockets for that.
Can you tell me some places where we can?
Like lower reaches of Himachal, we can tap like Baddi Barutiwala area, the Parvanu area, the Sirmaur area, the lower reaches. We can tap those areas.
Think about it.